Okay. So this is probably my favorite game. Um, Especially with some of the recent changes they've made with the PvE stuff. Because it used to be PvP and there was cheaters and no lives that you had to compete with and resets and things like that. But now with PvE, you can kind of go at your own pace, and that has changed the game for me. And it is now my number one game. It's a shooter. It's sort of MMO, kind of an MMO, kind of a RPG. I don't know how to describe it, but this is Escape from Tarkov. So initially, when you enter, you have your character as a PMC. Tarkov is like a region in sort of, I guess, Russia, or the former Soviet Union has undergone some unknown catastrophe, and you're a private military contractor going in and just trying to survive, essentially, and doing tasks and stuff for these guys, the traders. So you'll see you have ranks with them. As you rank up, they sell you more stuff. Um, and they give you tasks to do to rank up with them. And their tasks are bizarre and uh, kind of slowly unlock the world and explain what's going on in terms of like knowing how to do these things and maps and things like that. You can spend hours and hours and hours exploring the world, and dying and getting frustrated and trying to figure it out uh, on different maps and things like that. I would suggest having the wiki open and using available maps and available task sort of how to's, especially when starting out, because without that, there's not a lot in game that kind of guides you. And like I've been playing for years, so I'm able to. I know a lot from like historic stuff and just memorizing things and maps and things, but things change even for me. New maps and they expand maps and add extracts and stuff. So even I have to like open a map sometimes and figure out what's going on, where I'm at. My number one cause of death or cause of loss is probably running out of time in the raid, because you only have a set amount of time to do what you're supposed to do, and you engage in combat and you get distracted looting and you go off track here, and then you find, oh crap, it's I got 10 minutes and got to get out, and I'm over here and the extract's way over there, and you're SOL. But anyway, so you have your character, you have your health. So every sort of part of the body has its own health pool to a total of 440. You also have a water and food pool, radiation, or sorry, biochemical radiation. These are to come. Same with temperature and weight. Weight currently plays a role in terms of loadout. So like armor, guns, stuff in your backpack. The heavier you are, the more noise you make, the harder it is to move, the more fatigued you get, the faster your energy drains, the faster your water drains. You got to carry more stuff. Um, if the game had a single goal, I think it is getting the uh, Kappa case. So right now I have the Edge of Darkness edition, which is the Gamma case. So anything in this case that you bring into raid or you put into here when you're looting is safe. So if you find something super valuable and you put it in here and you die, you still get it. And if you want to bring in, money, like I have a wallet in here, because you have to like spend money in raid, but you don't want to risk losing the money, you put it in here. Same with keys for rooms, and like tools and things like that. So the end game, or like the goal, is to get the GAMP, or sorry, the Kappa container, which is a bigger version. It really is just a game of like sorting and getting components and weapons and tools and things to better your stash and better your hideout and better your ability to complete tasks. So you'll see down here, you have the hideout. This, I think, is the second or the most important part of the game in terms of getting established and being able to complete tasks and have a place that generates kind of revenue for yourself. So building this up as you play is super important, and I think is kind of one of the main steps. It will be locked. Like currently I am locked behind levels of traders. Like I can't upgrade my generator because I'm not level 3 with mechanic, because I'm not level 30 as a PMC. So I have to level up and do that. But you'll see you generate revenue in terms of Bitcoin farm. You can generate supplies for yourself. That's hard to get. Medicine. And tools, gunpowder, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to collect all my stuff. Because it really is just a game of stuff. Getting stuff and using that stuff to get more stuff. And it is pretty cool that way. I'll swap out fuel. So I'll go to my traders. Hanger. I need gasoline. Space. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna buy. Where was it? Usually. Oh, there's barter. Oh, there we go. I am going to. Oh, I have no money. Okay. I'm gonna go to skier. Sell my Bitcoin. Some money. Initially, you won't have that. You'll have to sell stuff you find, get money, whatever. You also have a scav that is sort of your revenue stream, I think, and your last resort in terms of getting revenue. But we'll get to that later. So you see, I just sold a Bitcoin, and now I have 1.1 million rubles. Also have 1,000 euros and $1,000. So there's different currencies and different stuff goes for different currencies. You'll see right here that is ruble, and right there that is sold in euros over with Peacekeeper. He's American, so he deals in cash, USD, that kind of stuff. These little check marks mean they have daily tasks or things like that. So anyway, going back, what was I doing? Oh, I was buying fuel for the generator. So over to Jaeger. You see he sells food, keys, cases. Once again, this is a game of storage, so cases are super important in terms of like managing your items. Barter. I don't have that stuff. So like certain cases can hold certain things, like grenade case, etc. I'll go over to Prep or who has a good barter. So propane. So now we go on to the flea market. So this unlocks at 15, and this is where players can buy and sell to other players. And it's sort of the, on the PvP side, it's sort of the player interaction. So it's a real-time market with real-time pricing, and you could honestly spend the game just trading on that and build up your stuff once you hit it. But that's, it's fun. It's part of it. Like, essentially, like after raids fail or win or whatever, you spend a lot of time messing about in your hideout or messing about with your loadout or messing about with your trading or whatever. There's always something to do. You'll see my messenger here. I have some stuff. Those are just... Yeah, those were delayed. So, getting into that. Let's go back. Focus on getting that fuel canister deployed. Cool. So now we're good there. Cultist circle. I'm gonna sacrifice that empty can. Just cause it's not worth anything. Anything else to throw into the sacrifice? AK mags. Single euros. Interesting. There's a lot of stuff because it's in beta. A lot of like kind of janky stuff, but you get used to it. Fine. Anyway, so yes, it's a game of storage. You'll see backpacks, bulletproof armor, more backpacks. Up here you have your, or well, I have it set up. You have item box, so anything can go in here. It's expensive because of that, but you see it takes up this much space. When you open it, it grants you more slots. It's kind of like banks, bags, that kind of thing. Same with mag cases, pistol case, grenade case, junk box. You get the picture. So these are sort of tools, or I would say almost the purpose of the game, as bizarre as it is to get more stuff, to handle your stuff. Go from there. Anyway. See, I'm already like stashing up. Anyway, so this is your PMC loadouts. You have your armor. You have boom, boom, boom. So this is all real: front plate, back plate, left plate, right plate. Like it's like built out based on real world body armor with real world kind of protection metrics. Same with the helmet. Your guns are the same. So you'll see this is an AKM 7.6 2x39 that I've built, and it's all real world parts, stuff like that. Like you can, if you know about guns, you can buy in the real world and manufacture and build out your guns the way you want. Everything's sold by either on the flea market at 15 or by traders. Generally, traders are going to be the best bet for pricing, but you have to unlock them level based and quest based for some items. And sometimes traders straight up don't sell stuff, and you have to go find it in raid or manufacture it yourself. But it's kind of neat for guns. options. I'm trying to see if I can. Yes, modding. Let's find something. Yeah, M4A1. So you see the modding screen here. You can build and save loadouts that you like, so that you can quickly buy and everything you need to rebuild a gun if you lose it. Right now, it shows the options. If I go to what's what it's like understanding menus. Edit build. So here is like a new build, and you can go in and select from all the available accessories for each component. And this is another part of the game that is a steep learning curve, because you have to do like linked searches and filtering and understand like buffer tubes and charging handles and things like that. So like, that is another part that's pretty intense. That's for all guns. And then for medicine, that's another thing that's intense. You'll see I have hemostatics. These are for heavy bleeds. So if you get shot, you get a heavy bleed, have to apply it or you'll bleed out. This is for light bleeds, same thing. If you get shot, it's slower, but you have to apply a bandage and get that light bleed sorted out. This is for managing pain. This is your health pool. So this will regenerate health on those limbs that need it and rebuild that health pool there. And it can also, the IFAC, can also stop, you'll see stops heavy bleeding and light bleeding. So, but it takes 210 from that 300 there. So you can use it in an emergency to stop a heavy bleed, but generally you want to bring this something dedicated for heavy bleeds. Splints for breaks, same thing. 5 uses. There's 1 use splints. This is a 5 use splint for breaks, and then you'll find stims and injectors and things like that. So this one is Propital, which does your health. So it does health and pain. So in an emergency, you know, you've been shot. I hit 8. You always have to like rekey these things every time you deploy. But I would hit 8 on my keyboard, inject myself with some Propital, and my health starts regenerating as it's dropping, bleeding, giving me time to apply bandages and figure out my health pool. If you fully zero out one of these, so you can left arm, right arm, leg, and also as you level up with your like durability and strength, you can survive 0 on the head, 0 on the thorax, and 0 on the stomach. However, you can't repair those things in raid. If they're zeroed, you gotta get out. The next bit of damage you take, you're gonna die. But arms, legs, I think you can actually repair stomach. Thorax and head, though, those 2 things, if they're zeroed, it's time to leave. And that's where this comes in. So this will repair. So this is goes 0, it goes black. This brings it back to 1 health, and you can start applying from your health pool to heal it up. So that's the health system. Food system is similar. You see my food case here. You got water and energy. It's pretty basic. But like using health and doing stuff drains on these, and if these hit 0, it starts to drain on this. So you can be 0, 0 and 400 here, and you can keep healing if you have a big enough health pool, like for example Grizzly Kit 1800. You can keep yourself healed with 0, 0, and just keep that health pool up. But ideally, you'd want to have water and food, which is why you see here I got my water and I don't have food. I have to rectify that. What do I want for food? Water. Oh, some noodles. Yeah. Cool. Let's free up some space while I'm here. You cool. So that's about that. Back here. And then let's do some deployment here. So you go to your main menu and you go into raid. You can go into raid as your PMC. This is where you you decide what your kit is, and you have your gamma case or your kappa case or your alpha case. And you can put stuff in there that's safe, and you go into raid and do your tasks and level stuff. This is your main character. Scav is sort of your alt. It's your revenue character. It's your generating character for, like, if you run out of money and you can't re-kit, you run your scav. And also I would say run your scav to explore, run your scav to generate money. Always use your scav. Sort of, I tend to I'll do like one raid as my PMC and then one raid as my scav because there's a cooldown timer on it. But this is like the most important part of the game, is alternating between these two. If you just run PMC, you will run out of money and resources and be unable to continue. So you need your scav. So let's do a scav run. So let's scav, you pick your map. We're going to do a reserve. You pick your time of deployment. It's generally going to be like a daytime, nighttime thing. And there's night vision and all that other stuff. Like I said, tons of stuff. But we're going to go in at 8:46. Ready up. So I don't pick the loadout for this guy. I just get what I get. And if I survive and extract, I get to keep all the stuff. And if I die, I lose it all. But I don't lose anything. It doesn't impact my main character in any way. It's just like, would have been nice to have, but it's lost. So it's sort of like a get out of jail card. Like if you need quick money or you're stuck or you don't want to risk losing your stuff, you run your scav. But if your scav dies, he has no like container to put in the stuff that'll get extracted regardless. Whereas your PMC, if you die but you found a graphics card or something very valuable, you stuck it in your container and you die later, then your graphics card is safe. And there is other stuff with the introduction of the vehicles and transits where you can pay money to have your stuff shipped to your hideout. But that's, once again, another thing. So we'll just load in here, take some time. And you don't get to choose where on the map you spawn, and you don't get to choose what extracts you get. But you'll see right there, I have armor chain, hermetic door, scav lance, hole in the wall, heating pipe. I can double tap 0 or O to see it again. Heating pipe and checkpoint fence. And tab, see my inventory, see my loadout, see what I've got. That little gold checkmark means that this is for a quest that I have. So ideally, I would like to extract that. Let's begin. It otherwise plays like any other FPS. Right click, shoot, R reload. Weapons will jam, and then you have to inspect your weapon, and then Shift T to repair it. Alt T checks magazines, and tons of controls. You'll see in the control menu you can customize to your desired playstyle. Anyway, let's get started. So, playing as a scav, I tend to not be aggro. I don't shoot unless I'm fired upon. And that's a good way to do it, because other scavs won't shoot you if you don't shoot them. And the only stuff that will shoot you would be PMCs or bosses. So generally, don't shoot unless shot at, and you'll be pretty good. If you start going in, killing spree, you're going to have a bad time, because then the whole map turns against you and you don't have a great loadout. Playing as PMC is shoot first all the time. You just shoot everything and figure it out later. But scav, you can be a bit more passive, I guess. So like I said, I know these maps. Also the weather, seasons and stuff change. Right now, it's timed with like real life seasons. So it's late fall. You can see the trees are all faded and stuff, which is kind of neat. And with the Bitcoin price, that's tied to the real world Bitcoin price. So it's just like really neat little things like that that sort of make the game. It's like, it feels like you're interacting with the real world in addition to playing like a video game. It's I don't know, it's really drawn me in. So I just go up these stairs, blah blah blah. I mean, there's obviously like video game stuff, but do our first loot here. We're looting a toolbox. Look for anything valuable. I know I like spark plugs. That's whatever. Go here. Do a little sneaky sneak into the tech room. Ooh, a PSU. That's a good thing. Something else is here. Might be on this other side. Anything there? No. Check these computers. So you kind of figure out what's valuable and what's not, what you need, what you don't need, and it all just takes learning. Don't really need that. Another PSU, light bulbs. I just know these things will go on the market and that I can also use them. So once you'll see here, we have this like space issue. Like I said, it's a game of like inventory management, essentially. Let's get a motor. So let's go for a lot. And clean this place up. There's some ammo sometimes here. No, cool. Double check that that was just a glitch. Yes. So now we hop out of here. you'll see at the top left there, I have a fracture in paint, and my screen's all blurry and my guy's all limpy because I just broke my legs jumping out of that. And if I had a splint, I could repair myself, but unfortunately, I didn't. So now I'm gonna be limpy. That's okay, because my extract is pretty close. Ooh. These guys here. Nifty. Go down here, nothing there. Sometimes there's intel folders here, not today. Check this case here. It's been a pretty quiet raid. I haven't seen anybody. So I really have to show any combat. To that in a sec. Get that. And once again, this all just comes from knowledge. Like, I don't know everything, but I know certain loot spots and spawns and things like that. You figure out as you go, learn new stuff. Keys are a big thing in terms of getting into locked rooms, which gives you access to like higher tier loot because the room's locked, you know. Hopefully he's got some first aid. So we got a splint. I can fix my leg. Sweet. Slightly less limpy. Let's crawl out of here. So you can see, I'll go double check. You see my raid time there, and checkpoint fence exit 06. I know where that is. It's down there. So I'm gonna limp my way over. If I had painkillers, I could take the painkillers and actually sprint, but that would cause further damage to my legs. But like if you're in like a combat situation and you need to like boogie, sometimes it's worth it to just take a painkiller and sprint away on broken legs and then fix yourself up after. It's all tactics and stuff like that. Like you really sort of learn it as you play. But let me get to extract. It would be nice to get some of this stuff. You can do it, little buddy. Man, I haven't heard any like explosions or shots or anything. It's bizarre. Very quiet map. Do a run with my BMC. Show you what it's really like. We got factory. Oops. Oh, that little like square thing on top of my rifle, that's an attachment. It's like heat tape. because this is a sniper rifle. Oh yeah, we made it. Woo, extracted. Next. So here now we offload the stuff I gathered. Share. Keep that. Sure. I have space. I have to go organize that shit. Everything. Ooh, face mask. Yeah, everything else. Yeah, so I'll just sell all. I could take these out and sell them separately to traders. Get a better price for this with mechanic. Better price for this with the clothing guy. I can't remember his name. Same with this and that, but not worth my time.
Ништяк, пацаны, сегодня мы кайфуем.
All right. So let's kit out for a factory run and hopefully show some combat. We will see. I don't want to be a total sitting duck. So let's find something. Got armor, helmet, pistol. Good. Let's make some space. Shit everywhere. Cool. I just want to free up some speed. So now I have a bit of room to build something. Rid everything up as much as we can. Alright, so let's go to traders. What am I feeling? We're doing factory. It's tight. Let's do a... This is chamber 10. Ooh. Yes. Masks. Good. So here I'm just figuring out get a suppressor or something. Optic. So that would be top rail. This. Take these guys off. Do a switch to get ourselves vortex. Yes. Mags, I think, are proprietary, so buy some more of these. Say so this is the autistic gun building side of the game that I enjoy. Here, top rail, see my vortex on there. Something on that grip. Also, I'm suppressor. Yes. Yes. So let's start loading things up. So, load ammo. Load. So all I like to do is always stick one in the chamber and then load my mags. so you can reload without dropping. Health, grenades, things like that. So it's about 14. Whatever. Maybe I'll bring a couple in my backpack in case it gets super spicy. So just load our mags. Ammo's another thing. It's like a whole different part of the game. Got our meds, mags for pistol, meds, insurance. So this basically means if I die, and no one takes my gun, I'll get it back. It'll show up in my messenger there and I get it back. So worth it to do insurance because otherwise you just lose it. You can insure backpacks, guns, body armor, mags, that kind of stuff. Can't insure meds. Can't insure like consumables. I got food. Don't really need these. So read that up for space. Keys, dog tags. Sweet. Alright, let's do it. You see it. Cooldown timer. Factory at 1500. Let's get her done. Get some action, hopefully. Probably just die immediately, but that's Tarkov. Alright. Oh, I should put a laser on this. Hold on. I always forget how to get out of here. Am I crazy? Store. There we go. So sound is a big part of the game. You want to listen out for footsteps and healing noises, looting noises, things like that. So that's kind of valuable. Stick with the butt. Something over there. What's going on here?
-1. Enemy front!
Sir.
Salama. Давай, мочи!
My arm's blacked. Yeah. Problem here. So what I'm gonna do is take a painkiller. Hopefully, up there. Find who's making noise down here. In a relatively safe spot. Let's fix that. Start looking for way out. Okay, cool. We're gonna have for gate 3. I don't know where that is. It's close and yeah. Let's check the save. You see that, like, vision effect? That's the propofol wearing off. So there's always a cost to meds and things you take. Great. that's it. That's raid. So yeah, that's Escape from Tarkov in a nutshell. It's a lot, but it's my favorite game right now. So that's that.